Hi, and welcome to this JoyStream Masterclass. This is Lesson 3, and we're addressing the question of what problem does JoyStream solve? So, briefly stated, JoyStream is a video platform protocol, and it's trying to tackle the problem that it's always been extremely difficult to bring a new consumer video product to market because every developer has to both build their new product, but also overcome the 0 to 1 problem of bootstrapping their network effect. So let me unpack that in a bit more detail. So when I say video platform protocol, that means it's a protocol for building experiences like YouTube for user-generated content. Now, what's underappreciated about these experiences is that they actually sit in a very large design space for how to best serve a given set of consumers and creators. So some of the dimensions of this design space include, obviously lots of UI decisions. There's been a big brouhaha on YouTube just around whether there should be a downvote button or not, which is actually a complex question. And there's been a lot of controversy, but that shows you like how many things exist in just this one dimension of the design space when you can have that much controversy about such a small thing. But there's obviously the question of content focus. So again, on YouTube, they're really kind of agnostic. Pretty much everything that isn't kind of adult themed or isn't for children is included. But you could certainly imagine better serving users by having a focus which is more narrowly centered around some vertical, some huge vertical, even like fitness or religion or politics, and then having an experience which is more catered to the goals of creators and users around that vertical, for example. There's obviously the whole question of algorithmic recommendations. Creators live and die by those. And there's a big space of what you could do there and how you surface things. Arguably, the whole innovation with TikTok was exactly that. You have how moderation and community guidelines should be organized. And of course, monetization. So there are lots of different things that are all bundled together. And so the problem today is that YouTube and really any Web 2 content platform has a business model which doesn't allow efficient exploration of this really huge space. The only people who get to build new products on top of these massive pools of content and profiles and social interactions that exist within YouTube are really the people hired inside of the YouTube organization. And this is a huge limitation because there are really very severe limitations to how much experimentation and innovation can happen inside of a single organization organized by one bureaucracy compared to, all the millions of builders that are out there. And, even if YouTube somehow totally changed their business model, which currently is centered around controlling access to the data, there would still be a very large trust problem that developers would have a hard time overcoming and try to build their business on top of a platform that could take away their API keys at any time or start charging them a lot, as we've seen with Reddit recently, and which has happened, sort of time and time again with Facebook and Twitter and virtually every one of these platforms. So on JoyStream, this entire model is flipped on its head. All the data and assets live on a permissionless public blockchain, custom made for a video platform, and it's open for everyone to build upon. So that's a quick introduction to what problem JoyStream solved. Stay tuned for the next lesson.